Satya has, which was very inspiring. Preparations, every film that I do, Satya is like a Disney prince. I and Tripti came together, and there was an Imtiaz Ali and Sajid Ali. So nothing can beat that experience.
Hi Avinash, welcome to Box Office India.
Thank you so much, Ananya.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling very good today.
So the trailer just dropped, and I think in 7 minutes I saw it when you posted in 7 minutes before, and the reactions are great. People are loving it. So how do you feel about that?
I haven't seen the reactions yet because I'm straight off to once I posted it, I was here for the interview, so I
Yeah.
really don't know how the reactions are. But having seen it myself, I really enjoyed it, and somewhere that becomes the most important thing, that eventually you should be really happy and convinced and at peace with what you're seeing and what you have done. So it looks good for now. I really hope the world likes it. People respond to it really well, and I have a good feeling about it. Honestly, I have a good feeling.
Yeah, everyone does. I think I've talked
I know.
to all of the cast, and I have a good feeling about it. But before I move on to my second question, I love the T-shirt. I totally love the T-shirt. I love
thank
Laila
you.
Majnoo, and I totally love
Thank you
the
so
T-shirt.
much.
So
Thank
also, in the trailer, we're seeing you again delivering very, complicated dialogues with emotions. You're fighting. You're doing so much. So, what would you say was the most difficult part as an actor that your character needed to do, and how did you prep for it?
In Satya, for Satya, you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I think the difficult part was for me to have his innocence and naivety. Very honestly, because I have this big problem of feeling that I'm the smartest in the room. Okay.
Okay.
And I actually realized it while doing Satya that I had this wrong habit of judging people's innocence as dumbness. Okay.
Okay.
It's only when I started doing Satya is when I realized that the naivety, innocence might appear to be slightly dumb, but it comes from a very nice place. It comes from a very beautiful place where there is no malice towards to anyone. Along with that, there is a certain bravery that Satya has, a courage that Satya has, which was very inspiring. So all of that, in a way, I think, just to answer your question, I think it was the naivety and innocence, which over a period of time has become a little difficult to reach out to. I think it's more difficult now to do innocent characters than characters which are slightly screwed in their heads. And also in a very subtle way. In the whole story, it comes out in such subtle space without dialogue that it becomes extremely difficult for actors to really be in the moment. It's only then that you are able to bring those things out. So that was the difficult part for it. The preparation bit, I think I needed to look like a Kolkata boy who's in his 1800s, needed to be a little, how did Anvita say, pom-pom. No, she used a word where she means he needs to have a little bit of fat on him. So I did gain a little bit of fat, about 4 or 5 kgs, if that is what preparation is. I would love such preparations every film that I do. That was the physical part of it. Rest everything was on set. We did a workshop. We did a month's workshop with Atul Mangya where all the actors came together so that we could reach out to these deeper layers that I was talking about, explore them before we go on set.
Oh, that's nice. That sounds interesting. And seeing your work, I think you would have done a great job, and I can't wait to see the movie. Also, already seeing you in these grim roles, like be it Laila Majnoo, be it your Netflix film. So, do you kind of enjoy this kind of a role? Like, will it be safe to say that you love doing these roles, or are you ready to experiment with some other kind of roles as well?
I have only been experimenting, and I did a film called Tu Hai Mera Sunday, which was a light-hearted ensemble film, which was where I played a guy called Rashid, who I loved Rashid. Laila Majnoo was an intense love story. Ghost Story was a horror, a cynical guy. Here there is this guy who's very nice, very innocent, like I said, almost dumb to me, and still very courageous. Anvita says that to her, Satya is like a Disney prince, the ultimate Disney prince. So I that's for the audience to see if it comes across like that. So yeah, I find it's all very different. What I'm going to do post this is also very different. Uh, I want to do all kinds of stuff. That's why I'm an
Yeah.
actor. Actors are people who are versatile. Those who aren't, I can't call them actors. But
Yeah.
so yeah, that's your job, and I'm looking forward to do as many as I can.
So what would you say will be your favorite genre to work in?
Beautiful part about this film is that it is genre flexible. You know that it is.
Yeah.
There's no one genre to it. It's a fantasy, period, family drama, love story, hint of horror, thriller,
Yeah.
and I think cinema is expanding from just being structured in a genre. And I would want to be part of this kind of cinema because life isn't stuck in a genre. There's no tragedy only in one's life. There's no comedy only in one's life, and
True.
I would like to play it as life is. Of course, there is joy in just comedy, which is amazing. I wouldn't mind doing that, or the specific genres. But this is new and this is more exciting, and I would really want to take this forward.
Wow, that was very well put. Also, you're reuniting with Tripti, and after Laila Majnu, people have quite an expectations from this duo. Like, they expect something magical to happen again. So, does that kind of put a pressure on you?
No, not really, because I have always said this. A lot of credit is given to the actors for what they like, and they don't deserve all the credit for it. I and Tripti came together, and there was an Imtiaz Ali and Sajid Ali who held our hands and took us through it. Similarly, we came here on this project. There is an Anvita Dutt who held our hand and took us along. We did whatever we were told to, whatever sense we had, and we tried our best. I hope, and you can only hope, that if we came together well, then we would be, because we have been directed well, and if there is something that doesn't work, I will take the responsibility for it. I think people will like what we have done together in the film.
Let's hope that. Also, when you're working with such a director who's, very into the film, like all of the actors who I've talked to, they've talked that Anvita was very invested. Like, she's one of those first timers who was very invested. So, as an actor, you want to work according to her vision, but then sometimes it does get exhausting. So, how do you deal with that? Like, does it get exhausting for you, and how do you deal with that?
So Anvita is someone who's very structured. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say that I'm that guy who would have such clarity and like she is completely. And I'm a lazy guy, so I kind of wait for my moments to really take through. But what also happens is when I, as an actor, have decided to follow the process of the director. Because if I keep following mine, I'll keep repeating myself. And it's only when you kind of take leads from the director that you improve and you grow. So for me, what was exciting was to walk into the setup, have her clarity of how she wants it exactly like that, and try and create that. For this, you need to have immense trust in your director, which I did, because whatever she would speak to me, it made so much sense to my rational mind, and I decided to trust her. So I've completely gone in with that. Rest is up to the audience. Like we always say, the buck stops on the audience for everything with our industry.
True, that's true. So coming to the audience, I was talking to Param and Pauli, and they said that once the film is releasing on an OTT platform and a theatrical release, the audience reaction is different. So, when a film releases in theater, you can actually go and see how they're liking it, and with online you can't. So, does that affect you a little, and how does that make you feel?
See, I'll tell you how. For a theatrical, you know that everyone who has come to watch a film has taken the effort of leaving their comfort spaces to come and watch you. Taken that time out specifically for you to come and watch you. Paid that kind of money to come and watch you. As an artist, personally, that's great acknowledgement. You love that somebody has taken so much effort to come and watch you. So nothing can beat that experience. Having said that, what the OTT platform like a Netflix provides me is that my film goes straight up to 190 countries. The reach becomes immense, and that is something that an actor always looks forward to. कि मैंने अगर इतनी मेहनत की है, if it can reach out to so many more people, it's the most wonderful thing that can happen. So yes, these are two ways I look at OTT platforms and theaters. Nothing can beat that theatrical experience for an artist, but at the same time, nothing can beat the reach that OTT platforms have today. So yeah,
True.
I think there needs to be a balance. As an artist, I would want to do that. At least 2 cinema hall में और 2 OTT platform पे साल में 3-4 काम आए. It will be nice that way.
Yeah, I mean, with OTT, I think a lot of actors have said that the amount of work that is like the actors are getting, it's much more increased. Like you have a lot of opportunities. Plus, the system how a OTT film works and how film like that's releasing in theater works has changed. So that's kind of
One thing, if I can add to that, which is
Yeah.
again not many people. It's not a very popular opinion, so I might get a bit of. What happens is when there is a lot of content being made. मतलब ऐसे हंसी मजाक में हम कभी दोस्त से कहते थे कि यार जितने देखने वाले नहीं हैं उससे ज्यादा बनाने वाले हैं, ठीक है. और या फिर जब हाथ में बहुत चीजें बनती हैं तो बहुत सारी you can't really filter the quality stuff. So I think that's also something that will settle down because अभी अचानक से सारे OTT platforms हैं and everyone is making stuff. In a few years, hopefully that will also distill and premium stuff will remain.
Yeah.
Because we need to make that. We need to make a distinction of what is quality and what is not.
True.
And the audience has to do that again. So I really hope this is a chance that the audience has to really start defining what premium quality is, rather than be dependent on platforms or artists to say this is premium. I am premium बोलने की जगह आप बोलें कि he is premium. That is very frustrating.
Yeah, that's true and that's needed. Like with the kind of content everyone is watching, like OTT, there's no self-censorship. You can watch anything. You can, have your own perception. So I think that's very important. Also, if given a chance, you worked in TV shows, you worked on films, you worked on like OTT platforms. What would you say are you like most comfortable with?
That's the medium I want to do. That's what I always desired growing up. I wanted to be in the cinema halls and that's what I want. Even on Netflix, this, like I keep saying this, it's a Netflix original film. You know, and nothing can beat that sound itself makes me feel very nice that I'm part of film. And that's all I wanted. So it's great.
Nice.
It's good. It's nice.
So also on Instagram, you posted a video like that was a throwback video from one of your shows that you did on DD National. What was that? Like what age was that? And how do you think things have changed now?
It was 2 years. I had done 2 shows on DD National with late director Lekh Tandon. I met him when he was 82 when he was doing these shows. Unfortunately, not many people know about him. His film Amrapali had gone to Oscars. He did films like Professor and Prince. Show that I put the glimpse of. I did a lot of lip sync songs in that show, just at the start of my career. So while I was on DD National and nobody was watching me in the metros, I was enjoying myself doing all the songs, Naach Gana that I had to do, and be directed by a film director who had made a huge name for himself. So I think I was very lucky. It was a great learning experience for me because when you walked in, when I'd done all of this and no one had seen it, everyone would look at you like ekdam naya hai, isne kuch nahi kiya. And when you walk in with that confidence of having done this work, it obviously leaves an impression on people. Having said that, it still took me 15 years to get my first opportunity as a lead actor in a film. But still, it did make me feel extremely confident whenever I stood in a line to audition.
Slow and steady wins the race, so.
लंबी दूरी तय करने में वक्त तो लगता है.
जी, exactly. So my last question is that it's a very basic question, but what do you expect, like once the audience is seeing you on the screen, what do you expect them to take away from the story? Because Anvita is a person who writes stories that always has some or the other meaning behind the story. So what do you think the audience should take from it?
What they should definitely take from the film is what the message is. because that has come through, and I think it has come through in a very engaging way. I hope it makes the point that it has to. I also hope that they take back the visual beauty of the film, which is a big USP of the film. The background score is amazing. The performances, I think Tripti Dimri has outdone herself. She's outstanding in the film, uh, including all the other actors. Is fantastic in the film. So I hope if these things come through, and a little bit of love for me is what I would want the audience to come out with from the film. Yeah.
This is a nice chat. I always wanted, after Leila Manu, I always wanted to talk to you, know you. So this was wonderful. Thank you for your time and good luck for the film.
Thank you, Ananya. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.